Will the rising cost of streaming send people back to cable? I've been seeing a lot more questions just like this one in the comment section of my videos. If you're wondering whether cutting the cable TV cord is really worth it, keep watching. In today's video, 7 reasons why I'll never go back to cable, but should you? Let's get started. Number 1, the price you see is not what you pay. Check out Xfinity's cable TV offer where I live. The advertised price, $60 a month for 125 channels. And at first glance, this sounds like a good deal. After all, $60 a month is cheaper than the starting price for several of the most popular live TV streaming services. But $60 is only the beginning with Xfinity. First, there are broadcast TV and regional sports fees. And these fees just keep going up. Someone shared their Xfinity bill with me a couple years ago, and combined, those two fees were nearly $22 a month. But 2 years later, the same customer is paying almost $33 a month for those two fees. And on top of that, you've got rental fees for the cable boxes, optional cloud DVR storage, and installation fees in many cases. That $60 TV plan could end up costing you closer to $120. Now, Xfinity and other providers do encourage bundling of TV, internet, and even home phone to save you some money. In this case, the quote for those services is more than $180 per month. For the most part, live TV streaming services do not have all these additional fees, but in some cases, you may be responsible for taxes. Here's an example. I used to pay YouTube TV's base price and not a penny more. But after I moved in 2022, the same plan costs $8 more per month. Now, this isn't a price increase from YouTube TV. Instead, it's because of a communication services tax in my state, and it's added for all types of video services, whether that's cable or streaming. The bottom line on pricing is that I'd just rather do business with companies that are more transparent about what they charge and what they don't charge. But this video, it's not just about dollars and cents, so let's continue. Number 2 on my list, some cable networks are being gutted. Have you checked out the programming schedules lately? Some well-known cable channels are starting to look more like dying shopping malls. Maybe you've heard about original series on TBS and TNT being canceled in favor of more reruns. It is part of a cost-cutting strategy from Warner Brothers Discovery, but it's happening with other networks as well. Take a look at MTV's programming schedule. It is airing hours and hours of the same show, and these are reruns too. Aside from live sports and cable news, reruns have taken over the cable TV network schedule. There are exceptions, of course. The Paramount Network's hit series Yellowstone, that's the first one that came to my mind, a rare example of appointment TV for many pay TV viewers. But the trend is that some of the best entertainment content is premiering now on streaming services, not cable and not broadcast TV. In fact, HBO and HBO Max had the most Emmy wins for 2022, followed by Netflix. Things are changing so quickly that I would not want to be locked in a contract with a cable provider as more and more content makes the move from cable to streaming. Number 3 today, cable is not immune from carriage disputes. I've covered a few of these disputes on my channel, most recently when Sling TV and Dish customers lost access to Disney networks for 2 days, and that was before the two sides did eventually reach a deal. This is not new, and these disputes did not start when live TV streaming services entered the marketplace. Content companies are demanding more money from pay TV operators of all types, whether that is cable, satellite, or live TV streaming. But as cable TV networks decline and content companies put more energy into their own streaming services, I understand why the pay TV operators are starting to push back more on the rate hikes. And keep in mind, if a pay TV operator has to pay more for the channels that you watch, your bill is going to go up as a result. Stay with me for these next few points. Number 4 is that streaming lets you watch TV on your schedule. YouTube TV led the way with unlimited cloud DVR storage, but since then, several other live TV streaming services also offer unlimited DVR, and since it's in the cloud, you don't need physical DVR equipment. The ability to set a recording and watch TV when it's convenient for you, that has been a game changer, and it sure doesn't hurt that you can skip through the ads on all of your recordings. To be fair, most cable TV services also offer some type of DVR, but it typically involves an extra monthly fee. And with live TV streaming, cloud DVR is usually included in the base price. Reason number 5, I won't go back to cable because you can get that cable-like experience for free. I hear a lot from people who really like the TV Guide experience. They don't want to choose from a bunch of thumbnails. Instead, they prefer to scroll through a guide. Fortunately, free services have added their own guides. Pluto TV's guide is one example. You can drop in and stream hundreds of 24/7 channels. Many of them are branded by genre. But it's not just Pluto TV. The Roku channel has a live TV zone, and you may prefer this layout over Pluto TV. For layout, I actually think Tubi TV's live view may be my favorite. And Peacock's channels section may also be worth browsing for some NBC Universal content that you won't find anywhere else. All these services trying to recreate that cable TV feel. Number 6, no more equipment rental fees. Why rent equipment from a cable company when you can buy a streaming device and keep it for years? I showed you the rental price for a single Xfinity cable box earlier, $8.50 a month at recording time, but you could switch to streaming and own an entry-level Roku device for around $30 or less. And that's just 3 to 4 months of the rental price. With a Roku or another brand, you can download apps for live TV, on-demand, and free streaming services. And you can break that cycle of paying rental fees forever. Some cable companies are starting to ease up on contract requirements. I think that is a step in the right direction, but streaming is just more flexible than cable. That's number 7. With streaming, you don't have to wait around for a professional installation or equipment to arrive. You can sign up online and start streaming in just minutes. All you need is a TV set, a streaming device, and an internet connection to get started. Since there are no contracts with streaming, you can switch providers whenever you want, rotating your subscriptions to save money. Annual plans are the closest thing to a contract with streaming, and I only recommend these plans if you tried a monthly plan and know that you want to keep that service year-round. But usually you can save about 15% over the monthly price. Now for monthly streaming plans, you can cancel at any time, but do not expect a prorated refund. Instead, you'll keep access to the service through your billing period. Streaming is far from perfect, but I say it still beats cable. Think about it this way. If you try one streaming service and you're not happy, you don't have to suffer for the remainder of a contract. At most, you'll be an unhappy customer for 1 month. And then you can move to another streaming service that better meets your household's needs. Having said all this, if you run the numbers and a traditional cable plan is better for you, well, I'm happy for you. It's just not the case for most people. As live TV streaming services have become more expensive over time, I found myself slowly pulling away from them. One way to do this is to subscribe for only part of the year. During the time with the live TV service, consider limiting additional on-demand subscriptions to maybe 1 or 2. And during the months when you drop live TV, maybe sign up for a few of the inexpensive on-demand services to catch up on shows and movies, or even better, consider some of the free options out there.